Next event in the pool, the men's 800-meter freestyle final. 16 lengths of the pool. We have an athlete in this race who could pull off the triple. Alex Axon has already won the 200 and the 400. It was at last year's trials that Eric Brown swept the 4, the 8, and the 15.
And they come walking in under the Eiffel Tower. There we are. Hayden Kirk will have lane number 9. He's from Kelowna, British Columbia. His goal is to get to med school. Guillaume Lord will have lane 0, 23 years of age. Said, I'd like to be a coach once I'm done competing. Hey, Max Borbiev, 17 years of age. Markham Aquatic Club. Markham has a very nice pool, just like this one was built for the Pan Am Games, another legacy pool. Diego Paz trains in the legacy pool in Edmonton that was built for the Commonwealth Games. Kieran Watson, 21 years of age, from Mercer Island, Washington. His coach is Alicia Hicken, a former Etobicoke swimmer. Sebastian Paulins, lane number 2, 25 years of age, Western University alumnus. His mom, Suzanne, is the CEO of Swim Canada. Benjamin Cote out of Calgary, Killarney Club. The coach, Mike Meldrum, has lane number 6. Timothe Barbeau, the 18-year-old, will have lane number 3. He was 5th in the 400-meter freestyle a couple days ago here at these trials. This man won the 2 races that he's already swum, the 200 free and the 400 free. He's 20 years of age, out of Newmarket, trains out of home club is Markham. Eric Brown, as you said, Rob, was the distance star last year, won the 400, the 800, and the 1500. He's 21 years of age, swims out of the Montreal Pointe Claire Aquatic Club. His first international competition for Canada was in 2022 when he went to the Commonwealth Games, followed that up with the World Championships. In the 400-meter individual medley, earlier in this competition, he was 4th.
Eric Brown, the only man in the field who has a qualifying time under 8 minutes. These athletes would have to go under 7:51.65 to qualify. We'll see.
It's a big ask, Rob, but at the same time, this is the trials. This is when you step it up. This is when you go for it.
We're underway in the men's 800-meter freestyle final. 16 lengths of the pool. Lane 0 at the bottom is Lord. Then it's Paz. Paulins is in lane 2. Barbeau in 3. Brown, last year's winner, in 4. Axon, 2 golds already in 5. Then Cote. Watson in 7. Vorobiev in 8. And Kirk is in lane 9. Get their first touch of 16. That one gets that one out of the way. 26.7 for Axon.
Obviously, pace is very important. Just like when you walk track and field, you've got to be able to pace yourself well so that you're not too fast at the front end and you're not too slow at the back end. You've got to be able to figure out where to make your move and then stay with that strategy. These guys would have been working on that in practice every day with their coaches. They would have been rehearsing it in competitions. And now they have to put it all together.
Eric Brown with a slight lead on Axon, and then Tim Barbeau is in the hunt as well early on. Lanes 3, 4, and 5. Barbeau, Brown, Axon.
Look at the interesting loping stroke. You've got right now, it's a good shot of Brown. Now in lane number 5, of those, the 3 of those at the top, look at the loping stroke that Axon has. He actually looks pretty easy and controlled at this point. He might have a little bit more at the end if he doesn't lose touch with these guys in the first half of the race.
Brown finished just behind Axon in that 400 in second place. He wants to create some space here, I think, Byron.
I think it's time to start making that move if you can. They're only at the 200. There's only the 25% quarter of the race at this point here. We should mention that the 800-meter freestyle is swum with prelims and finals at big international competitions like the World Championships and the Olympic Games. But at the trials for a lot of countries, including Canada, it's only swum once. And so that means that it's what's called a time final. The slow heats were swum this morning, and somebody in theory if they really put in a good swim in the morning, could actually make the Olympic team or beat these guys or get to the medal podium. As it turns out, the fastest time this morning was Olivier Risk out of the Ottawa Carleton Club, coached by Nico Bilal. He went 8:15.04. I don't think that's going to medal. It's a good swim, no question about it, but I think these guys are safely going to go faster than that.
And they are hoping that they go faster than the Olympic qualifying time. That, as Byron mentioned, is a big ask. The best time in the world this year, 7:40.9. Daniel Whiffen of Ireland winning the gold at the World Championships in Doha in February.
What's very interesting about Whiffen, we'll mention as we watch Eric Brown starting to separate himself from the rest of the field at the 300 meter of this 800, is that Whiffen is actually from Northern Ireland. And the people from the athletes from the Northern Ireland can actually choose, because they're part of the UK, if they want to swim for Great Britain or if they want to swim for Ireland. Daniel Whiffen chose to swim for Ireland.
Not surprised.
No.
Pretty proud.
He's happy about it.
Eric Brown went through 300 in 2:56.2. Second place is Barbeau on his right, so in lane 3. Remember, the lanes start at 0 at the bottom of the pool on your screen and work their way up to 9. Good swim so far for Eric Brown.
So Eric Brown is lapping at around 30 seconds, which means 100 in a minute, which basically translates to going about 7:56. So he'll be shy of that standard. He can do a best time, no question.
He needs to channel his inner Bobby Fink for the last 150 meters, the American who won gold in Tokyo.
And what Rob's referring to is that the American was out of the race, literally in 4th place with 50 meters to go. And he put on a Herculean effort on the last 50 meters and actually passed all 3 of those swimmers ahead of him and won the gold medal.
So right now, with about a body length and some lead, is Brown over Barbeau. Axon does not seem to be in the conversation right now, but maybe up at the top, Kieran Watson will have something to say about this, or maybe it is, Watson in 7. He is in 3rd place.
So handily out in front as we approach the 500-meter mark is Eric Brown. Pointe Claire Swim Club has produced a lot of good swimmers, a lot of good swimmers here at this meet from Pointe Claire. They've really moved the club up. It's become used to be more for an age group club, but now they're getting a lot of good senior performances. Good for them. Great swim by Timothe Barbeau. He was at the World Championships in the summer of 2023. He went to the Pan Am Games in October of this past fall. He was 8th in the 1500-meter freestyle at the Pan Am Games. Gained valuable experience, and I think he gained valuable confidence as well, Rob, because he's right here doing a great job.
So your top 4 right now: Brown in the middle in lane 4, then Barbeau in 3, then Watson in 7, and then Sebastian Paulins actually is having a pretty good swim in lane 2. He's in 4th place right now.
Moving on up. So the guy in 2nd place, Timothe Barbeau, he swims for what's a club called Neptune Natation, and they train out of the Olympic pool in Montreal. He's starting to make a move, Barbeau, on Eric Brown. This will be very, very interesting. There is 200 meters to go. Might have to pick it up a little bit sooner. Can't wait for the very end. But he trains out of the Olympic pool in Montreal, and we've mentioned it before, but these Olympic trials were supposed to be held in that very pool, but they had a fire, and it's a giant edifice, which the pool is in the basement of the football stadium there that was built for the Olympic Games. So at the last minute, they had to move this meet to Toronto. Luckily, Toronto was able to accommodate. Barbeau trying desperately to get a little bit closer to close the gap so that he can make a big push in the last 100 meters. Eric Brown seems to be refusing him, but we do have a good battle for 3rd between Sebastian Paulins and up at the top there, Kieran Watson.
Well, they get to 650 meters, 2 seconds apart. That's how much work Barbeau would have to do. Let's see if he can challenge. Then we also have a battle for 3rd place between Watson in lane 7 at the top and Paulins in lane 2 at the bottom.
Watson just made a real big move on Paulins. He's starting to distance himself for that bronze medal. Barbeau's still about a body length and a half behind. He kind of made a move at the 500 and just couldn't maintain it. He's going to give it a try. Look at the powerful kick now. He's trying to bring it up. Eric Brown's matching it.
150, or at least 75 meters to go. They'll have one more touch of the wall and then 50. Brown at 6:59.9 at that last touch. The only one under 7 minutes. Let's see how fast he can bring it home. And can Barbeau challenge? 7:30.74. Eric Brown in the final 50 meters now.
Barbeau picked up the half a second on that last 50. Look at him go. Eric Brown can't match. He doesn't have the legs. He's starting to labor. Here comes Barbeau.
Here comes Tim Barbeau, the 18-year-old from Neptune Neteshon. He has taken the lead, and he is racing to the wall.
Brown has nothing in the tank. He's really struggling. Barbeau way ahead. Here he goes.
Can he get under 8? Just outside. 8:00.61 for Barbeau, but a Canadian win. And Brown in second. And Watson in third. What a finish by Tim Barbeau. More positive signs for the future of distance swimming in Canada.
There he is. Brilliantly swum. Maybe we were predicting the swim exactly like we saw at the Olympic Games by Bobby Fink with a tremendous last 50 meters. That's exactly what Barbeau did. And Eric Brown literally ran out of gas with 25 meters to go. He barely made it to the wall. He gave it a lot. He made a good swim for Eric Brown, but he just didn't have the finish. Barbeau had the finish.
I couldn't believe he had the strength to pull his body up and out of the water.
Excellent swim, Timothe Barbeau. Like you say, it's always nice to have a breakthrough swim at trials. That's a breakthrough swim. Look at how far he is behind. This is with 50 meters to go, 1 length to go. They're going to turn here, and he makes up that entire difference. Now, he made a bit of it up on this length. He made up a half a second on that the second last length, and now goes. Look at Eric Brown. His legs are done. His arms are done. He's barely getting them out of the water. Barbeau is just accelerating past him. Brilliant tactic, brilliant strategy, brilliant training and fitness for Barbeau. Well-earned gold medal. Good job, young man.
Timothe Barbeau, national champion in the 1500 and a 4-second best time. How do you feel right now?
I feel good. I mean, it's the first time I win an individual event, and it's a great experience, of course, and it's always fun to win, so it's pretty exciting.
C'était une course extrêmement serrée. Ton dernier 50 a été extrêmement rapide. À quoi tu as pensé pendant ces derniers 50 mètres-là?
Ben, je voyais que je rattrapais Eric un peu par un peu, puis je me suis dit, bon, je peux aller chercher, je vais donner tout ce que j'ai. Puis ben, ça a marché finalement. Je voyais que je le rattrapais beaucoup, puis j'ai juste continué.
Timothe was saying that he was just behind Eric during the last 50, and he was able to bring the energy to finally win the race. You have the 1500 on Sunday, so we'll keep an eye out for you. So congrats again on your win.